This plant, I cannot stress, this is probably the most important point of this video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kevin and welcome back to another episode of Houseplants A-Z. If you're new here, this series will talk about a plant or plant group that starts with each letter of the alphabet. Today's letter is B, and the plant that I chose was the Philodendron Brandtianum. So let me just show you this plant here. When I first saw it, I was just like, the silver leaves are just so pretty. So this plant, I find, is very, very picky when it comes to its environment. And I'm just going to talk about essentially what worked for me because I think she's finally happy. The Philodendron Brandtianum is known for its silver pattern on its dark green foliage. And the growth pattern for these guys generally follows a more of an epiphytic pattern, meaning they like to climb upwards on trees in the wild. When we're looking at the lighting needs for these plants, they generally like medium to bright and direct light. I've said this before, but these plants exist below forest canopies where they're not subjected to a lot of direct light. When it comes to soil, I firmly believe these plants are very picky when it comes to the soil composition. They need the perfect balance of having water retentive properties in the soil, like having coco coir, peat moss, ready-made potting mix, and drainage components like perlite, pumice, charcoal, bark. And tying this into watering, I believe that you shouldn't let these dry out completely. I know general advice for philodendrons say that you should let the soil dry out, but specifically for this one, I do not recommend that. I feel like these plants need to be kept at a happy medium of moist while not swinging too far to the dry end and not too far to the wet, kind of suffocating point. So I would suggest just checking the soil of this plant more frequently. And again, use a moisture meter if you're not sure. When we're looking at temperature, again, guys, you want to mimic where these plants are native to. So again, actually, I don't know if I said it. So these plants are native to parts of South America where it is very warm. So I would suggest anywhere between 60 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 16 to 30 degrees Celsius. Last but not least, let's talk about humidity. So this plant, I cannot stress, this is probably the most important point of this video. This plant needs a lot of humidity. If you don't give this plant high humidity, it will not be happy, it will not look happy, it will just look like garbage. The biggest reason why I'm telling you guys this is because if you don't have high humidity, when a new leaf comes out, it tends to get stuck. So I'll just show you guys here. So this leaf down here has a hole, and that's because that's pretty low on the plant. So I think it just didn't have enough humidity and the leaf got stuck, and I kept it. Usually I like to chop them off, but it looks fine, so I just kept it. Let's just take a closer look here, like especially, where is it? Oh my God, there's a leaf that I'm obsessed with. Is it this one? Yes, this new leaf. Look at her. But also, like, these leaves look really healthy, and you know what? It took me a while to get to this point. So now I'll give my personal recommendations based on my experience. I already kind of did, but here's more. So I got this plant a year ago, and I could tell that it wasn't necessarily happy when I got it. So I'll put a clip here of when I got it. This was from an unboxing that I filmed. Also, look at how young and naive I look. You're in for a journey, girl. So anyhow, it got to a point where the leaves would constantly, and I mean constantly, get stuck. And I just didn't know what to do with it. I wanted to throw it out. It was really annoying me. So I decided to just chop up the entire plant and propagate it in moss and water. And once they grew substantial root systems, I threw them into LECA. That's this picture here. And even from this picture, you could see how low you know, the plant was, and like, look at her now. She's a little cutie, almost at the top of the moss pole. And I don't know, she's becoming one of my favorite plants. Like, I would have never, ever thought that I would love this plant, but like, I mean, she's growing on me. She's growing on me. So just key things that I would say when you're growing this plant. I would keep this plant close to a humidifier, or I've seen people keep it in, you know, those like shelf portable greenhouse things in their apartment or house. And also, guys, now every time I see a new leaf, I tend to spray this plant a couple times a day just to make sure that, you know, the leaf doesn't get stuck and there's extra moisture and water, so the leaf can kind of have an easy time unfurling. Okay guys, so if you liked this video, please let me know in the comments below. Can I just say, personally, I'm very excited for this series. There's like 24 letters left, and like, I am full of energy and I'm so pumped. I'm sorry, I love this plant. Like, oh, also this is the thumbnail. Hold on, let me make this proper. Okay guys, hope to see you in the next one, and I guess that's it. Bye.